What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of BH Brewing. Today is Friday, the 13th. Hopefully not too spooky today, is of course the Beerhawk Advent Calendar tasting sessions, and today we have one from a good old favourite of mine, the Camden Brewery. This is the Spezial Hells, and apparently it's a mixture of a Pilsner and a Hells beer, so well, we'll give it a go. Okay, here it is. This is the Spezial Hells, and first thing to note is head retention. It's been a bit better than what we've had recently, but still there's not much head there, and it kind of went pretty quickly after I poured it. In terms of the kind of colour of it, it's kind of an amber colour, a bit darker than kind of a standard lager. Pretty hazy, I'd say. You can't really see through that. But the carbonation on it looks kind of medium carbonation. Looks pretty good. Let's find out the aroma. There's not much there in terms of aroma, I'll be honest with you. There's kind of a bit of malt in the background, but it's that kind of standard lager kind of aroma you'd expect, really. There's not anything there in terms of fruit or, you know, kind of hop smell coming through. It's very neutral in terms of its overall aroma. Let's give it a try. Oh. I tell you what, that is a thing of beauty. I really like that. If you're a fan of kind of normal kind of Camden Hells, and you've always thought this could do with a bit more, this is it. I've always liked Camden Hells as a lager. It's kind of a go-to one in most pubs that don't have a whole lot of craft beer selection. If it's there, I'll drink it. This is kind of like an amped up version of the kind of Camden Hells. It is so much bolder in its flavour. It's rounder, it's fuller, the malt comes through a lot more. That's one thing I noticed straight away about this, is there's more of a malt hit with this. Camden Hells not being thin, but it didn't have a whole lot of like backbone behind it. This certainly does. The bitterness on this is about right, about where you want it. It's not too bitter. Just bitter enough to kind of do the job of what you want it to do. In terms of mouthfeel, it's lovely. It's kind of a medium to thick, probably in the middle, slap bang in the middle there. If anything, maybe a bit more towards the middle, but it's beautiful. It envelops your whole mouth. It doesn't feel thin at all. It feels proper filling. It's a really, really nice drop, this in the mouth, I will say. Sounds pretty sexual, doesn't it? It's a really nice drop in the mouth. But it is, it's really nice. Yeah, that is just, it's a thing of beauty. It's a little probably drier than a Camden Hells, but not so dry that it's not nice, if you know what I mean. That goes down relatively well for me. I wouldn't call it dry, I'd probably call it, yeah, it's between medium and dry in terms of its finish, but it's just beautiful. This beer is really, really nice. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Get rid of Camden Hells, just do this all the time, because this just feels like a much bigger beer and a much more flavoursome beer. I'm a big fan of this. If I'm rating this, I'd have to give it a good, I'd probably say 76. It is that good, honestly. For a lager, this is up there. This is one of the best I've had in a long time, and I think is down to the fact that it's got that whole kind of mouth feel nailed to a T. It's nice and kind of medium to thick. The bitterness is bitter, but it's not overly bitter, so you're not screwing your face up at kind of the end of it. It's medium to dry, but it's not, you know, on the dry end where it's horribly dry. This is just a really nice drop. All left to say really is, well done Camden, well done indeed.